Hey guys, how y'all doing today? So I'm at the third part of this Hackintosh setup procedure, and now we're down to the software installation part of it. So far I've installed, actually I was trying to install macOS Mojave, but it wouldn't install. It kept on freezing on me, so something was going wrong. I just couldn't figure it out. Maybe some hardware issue, but I just moved on. So I said, let me try installing High Sierra. And sure enough, that installed without any problems. So after I installed High Sierra, I fixed my Ethernet because that wasn't working. So therefore I couldn't get on the internet. And then I said, let me try to download some apps from the App Store to see if, stuff is working and everything is being installed properly. So I download like Pages and Numbers, couple Apple apps just to see if things are working fine. And then I try to install Mojave on top of High Sierra, do an upgrade to the operating system instead of doing a clean installation, because I really wanted to see if the system was going to let me do the upgrade within the operating system, even though it's just a Hackintosh and not a regular Macintosh system. So it took a couple trial and error because the first time it froze, so it wasn't doing the installation, so I had to start it over again. And then the second time it looked like it was frozen, but it wasn't. It was just going real slow as far as installing. So the little meter that lets you know when you're installing the software, I thought it was frozen because it looked like it wasn't moving, but if you look real close at it, it was barely moving. So I said, okay, it's just taking a long time to install. And I have to say, maybe 45 minutes. So I just let it go because I know I was trying to upgrade from one operating system to the next on a Hackintosh that I never did before. Because normally when I install the new operating system, I usually go ahead and just do a clean installation. So this was my first attempt as far as doing an upgrade on a Hackintosh from one operating system to the next. It took a long time, but it worked. So right at this moment, I'm currently running the latest version of Mojave on this Hackintosh. So at this point, everything I've installed so far is working, but there's one program, a very important program that I need that is not working, and that is Final Cut. For some reason, I can't get that application to launch. The icon bounced on the dock a couple times and then I get an error message. So out of all the applications that I really need running on this machine is Final Cut, because this machine was built for my editing, for editing my videos, for music production, for video production, for graphic works and everything else that I do that's productive. And if I really can't get Final Cut running on this machine, then we're gonna have an issue. So that's gonna be my top priority troubleshooting, because I really have to get it running. Luckily, I still have my older machine that I haven't dismantled yet, so I can still do my video editing and production on that machine. And I really wanted this to be the first thing I edit on it to see how faster it produced these videos for me to upload them. But at this current point, like I said, I'm stuck. But that's fine. There's got to be a solution somewhere. I just have to figure it out. The second thing that's not working is the sound. But that's not really a big issue because I know how to work around that. I got my USB Behringer device that I use for sound output and input, so that will get me by for now. And then later on I can go in and try to figure out how to get the internal sound card that's built in on that motherboard working again. But that's a minor issue right now. The major issue is Final Cut. So there's a couple of ways to get the macOS installed on a Hackintosh. The method I decided to go with first was through TonyMacX86.com, and that website shows you step by step of how to set up the USB drive that you're going to use to install the operating system on your Hackintosh. And they use two pieces of software. One is called UniBeast and one is called MultiBeast. So after you go through the process of getting the software on the USB drive, then basically all you have to do is follow the steps and you'll be up and running in no time. And this method is a straightforward way. You'll follow the steps just like they laid out on the website and you shouldn't have any problem. Then after that is all about just tweaking it to get things that's not working. But there's plenty of resources out there to help you out. Another method that I like to use is through this channel on YouTube called Morgana. And this lady has perfect tutorials that show you step by step of how to install macOS on your Hackintosh. So I would recommend that you go to her YouTube channel and check out her videos. Even if you don't want to actually build a Hackintosh and you're curious how it's done, check out her videos. And I'm giving her the credit because I've learned a lot watching her videos. So far, like I said, everything seems like it's working on the system. I've actually left it on for a full 24-hour period, just running some stuff just to pound on it a little bit, like battle test it to see if it's gonna freeze up or fall apart, but nothing major has happened yet. I just got the minor sound issue, and my major issue right now is Final Cut. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this video. I just want to give an update of my progress of what's going on with this Hackintosh build that I have going on. Once I get everything running smooth and the system is at the level that I really want it to, then I'm gonna give my system a name. So this is gonna be part 3, and I'm gonna make one final video. The next video that you see on this project is gonna be when everything is running smooth. So I'm not going to give any more blow by blow. I'm going to work on the issues that I'm having now and get it fully working. So if you don't see our video like tomorrow or the next day or maybe next week, then that means I'm still working on the issue. Then I'll come back and say this is the last video on this Hackintosh project, and then you're going to find out the name of the system on that video. So like I said in the previous video, when you go into this method of building a Hackintosh, you got to have the patience. It might take you a day, 2 days, a week, maybe a couple weeks to figure out all the little issues. But you gotta have the patience to work with it and stick with it till you figure it out. Sometimes everything works right out the gate. So if you don't have the patience to wait and work and not get frustrated over things like this, then I wouldn't go with the Hackintosh method. So I would advise you to just go to the Apple Store or get a refurbished computer from Apple or find a used one on eBay, but don't go down this road if you easily get frustrated or you don't have the patience to deal with this kind of stuff. But if you do, you're gonna feel great that you're able to build your own Hackintosh. So now you can do upgrades and add more memory, you know, if you need to, add more hard drives and do all kind of different stuff because it's upgradable. You built it. You can add things to it. And you save a whole lot of cash. Alright, so I want to thank you for taking the time for watching this video. I look forward to see you in the next one. Have a good one.